Grandma,
Yes.
this is your life.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Grandma.
Yes.
You were born
1910. November 29
where?
in Turkey.
What city?
Kayseri.
Kayseri, Turkey. And you have any brothers or sisters? Brothers, sisters?
I had a brother, younger than me, which died of typhoid fever.
Oh, you remember his name?
Parcel.
And
Which is
your father's name?
my father's name is Paul.
And your mother's name?
Well, I say it in English name, Rose.
Okay. And then, in what year, now I understand, before the war, your father moved to the United States.
Yes. I had an uncle in America, New York,
You remember his name?
and his name is Mugardich.
Yeah.
And he was there before my father. And he sent for my father. My father came to this country 1913. I was 2 years old.
Okay, and then what happened
What
now?
happened between?
In the 1910s and
1910 I was born. My father came here in 1913. Between 1913 and 1916, my mother died. There was some kind of a sickness, I don't know what it was. She died, I don't even know her, I don't even have a picture of her. Then I had some men, I think that was my grandfather, my mother's father. And he carried me on his shoulder. I must have been very young, too. Yet. Then I didn't have nobody, he got sick. Then I was on the street, dancing and singing, and they were throwing money at me, and my grandfather was collecting that money, and we were eating from that money.
where were you living?
I guess here and there, you know, whatever we make. Then my grandfather got sick.
So you were homeless at the time?
Yes. My grandfather got sick. And he couldn't move. I couldn't go nowhere without him because I was little, dancing and singing. Then I was on the street. They were looking for people. I have no home. They picked me up and they put me in an orphanage.
And when was this about?
The name of the place is Boghos. I guess my grandfather was born there, or I don't know what it was.
What was it called?
Boghos.
Oh, huh?
Because he took me there. And after he couldn't get up he got sick. And I was on the street, they picked me up, put me in the orphanage.
How old were you then?
My mother died in 1916. Maybe 6, 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Then they pick us out, anybody, not only me, whoever on the street, homeless, children. They took him.
Who was they?
American people.
Red Cross?
Red Cross. Yes, and I start crying, my grandfather, take my grandfather, I don't want to go. They said, this is only for kids, we cannot take the older people.
So you left your family in Turkey?
Yes. Then I was in the orphanage, then they interview you. Do you know where you come from? And I told them, I come from Kayseri.
Now this was where? In the United States?
No, this is Bosnian yet.
Oh, you're still in Turkey?
Yes. And I said, I know where I was born, and I know where I born, Kayseri. Okay. Then they figured maybe I have somebody, some neighbor or something like that. Some of the other young children come from there too.
Now,
so they took us back to Kayseri.
What do you remember about Turkey at that time, before you went to the...
I don't remember anything. I used to pick things on the street, piece of bread, anything. I had horse's skin, which was, I used to pick and eat. Not only me, all the kids. It was wartime, I guess, you know. Then we came to Kayseri, back Kayseri, all right? Then we used to have one slice of bread or small bread in the afternoon, one meal a day. Then on Sunday, some of my friends, the young kids, had people. I didn't have nobody to come and visit you. They bring you little, you know, fruit, this and that, piece of bread, this and that. I used to go under a pole and cry because I had nobody to visit me. Then I make a friend with a girl almost my age.
What was her name?
Her name was Saryian. Oh my God, fully I remember. And I used to sleep with her on the floor with the rug, Turkish rug, when they cut it, you know, when they weave first and then they cut it, they put that on the floor, we used to sleep on top of the bed, on the floor. In the morning when we got up, some of us didn't get up because they were dead. Okay.
You remember that?
Yes, yes.
You saw the dead bodies?
Yes. They used to pick it up and take it away. I don't know where they took it.
Why did they die?
They die of nutrition. They didn't have enough strength to, you know, some of us stronger.
So there were dead bodies there.
I don't know what they did.
The starvation?
Then, one day, and in the morning, a little later on, it got a little bit better. We used to get on a line 2 by 2, and there was a garden there, all the water running sausage. And we used to open our hands and put a little salt and go and wash our teeth there with the salt. Then one day some woman, they used to hire some people from outside because we were all young, small, we can't do nothing. They used to wash our clothes once in a while. We had a little something to cover here from down and a little bit up because we didn't have no breast, nothing yet, young. Some woman always watch me when I'm passing on the line to wash my teeth. One day, Sunday, she come with another woman. She says, what is your name? I said, Zarife, which is a Turkish name. I didn't know my name. She said, do you know your mother and father? I said, I don't know my father, but I know my mother is dead. She says to me, I know you. I says, how do you know me? She says, we were neighbors. Your mother's name is Rose, and you have a father in America, but I don't know where, what part of America. I says, no, I have nobody. Okay.
All right, now you said there was a woman that said she knew your father.
And she told me.
And your mother, she used to be neighbors.
Yes, he's in America, I know, but I don't know what part it is. Okay. So I said, no, but after that, I kiss her hand, she kissed my face, that's what we do. And every Sunday, she used to wash our clothes. Every Sunday she came and she used to bring me a handful of raisins or a piece of bread or something like that. Now I had somebody to come and see me. And then this woman not only washed clothes in the orphanage, she used to clean houses and wash clothes for other people too. One day, she goes to a place, husband and wife, elderly people. She was washing clothes. The woman said, come and have a cup of Turkish coffee. And she takes him inside wherever the parlor, I don't know that part. And she sits down, she gives her something to eat. And you know, she looks up, she sees a picture on the wall, wedding picture. She gets up and she goes near the picture, she sees my father with a lady. And my father looks exactly like me. She tells the woman, who's that man? She says, he married my husband's niece. And they send the wedding picture to me. Do you know his name? She said, yeah, Boghos, Kehyaian. She said, she started crying. She said, do you know something? What is it? That man has a daughter. I said, what? Yes, she has a daughter in such a orphanage. She couldn't believe it. I guess my stepmother maybe thought that he married, maybe he told her or not, I don't know. Well, she was happy to, she said, oh my God, now at least poor thing, she has somebody. After that, they used to come and see me, that old lady and this woman that find me there. They used to bring me things on Sunday. I didn't have to cry no more. And I used to give my girlfriend Maxen what she did to me. I used to do that same thing to her. A couple of months passed by.
Now, where are you now? You're in the orphanage still?
I'm still in the orphanage,
Now,
yes.
in what country?
In Kayseri,
Okay.
where I was born.
All right.
Then I guess they wrote a letter. She knows the address and everything. They said that, you know, your daughter is alive. My father thinks everybody's dead.
Now that the woman's trying to get in touch with your father now.
Oh, yes. Then, all of a sudden, I got the priest used to be our highest, you know, to take care of us in the orphanage. Whenever we have trouble or something like that, used to go. He called me to his office and he said, you know, we got a letter. Your father is alive and he is in New York, and your uncle, your stepmother, is married. I start crying. I said, no, I have nobody. He says, yes, okay. And a month later, I got a letter from my father with pictured three of them. My father is sitting in the middle. On the right side, my uncle, his brother, younger brother. And on the left side, his sister's son. Nephew, I think that's what they call it. And on the back it says, the middle one is your father. I didn't have to ask, he was the oldest one. I'm kissing, I cry. At that time, when this picture came, I was in like a hospital because when you haven't got enough nutrition, you get blind at night.
Now you get the photo of your father.
Yes.
And your uncle.
I was in the hospital.
And where? You still in Turkey?
Still in Kayseri.
Okay. Now, when did they bring you over here? Okay.
Then they used to give me, I couldn't see after 6 o'clock because of nutrition, whatever you call that. They used to give me raw meat and raw eggs. After I got better, I went back to the regular place where the orphanage is. Later on, it must have been about 1920 or 21. They start writing me letters.
Who's they?
My father, my uncle. My father didn't know so much Armenian, but my uncle knew. He was educated. Okay. Then one day, again the priest called me, his office, he says, you know, I think your father is going to take you to America. I said, yeah, I don't know him. He says, but he knows you. Okay, later on, at that time, they were taking us from wherever you want to go to the orphanage where there is needed, like, you know, they have place for you. They send you there, separate us. Wherever they need more girls or boys they can use, they send me to some place. I said, send me there, maybe I'll be near America. Okay. Then my father sent me money. Oh no, before that, my father sent a letter. That lady that was washing clothes to that woman that said that he has a daughter in America. I want you to go to their house, live there, get off orphanage. You know, the one that the picture was hanging there. Oh, I was happy. So there was an Armenian man that he used to have a horse wagon. He used to bring us our food. He travels all over. So he picked me up from the orphanage and take me to where my stepmother's uncle's house. I was there for a while.
Where is this?
Kayseri. Still same place, only, you know, orphanage is different place, and Kayseri is their home, wherever it is. Meanwhile, before everything else, they took our pictures all over, or not only me, everybody, all the children, all the young kids, sent all over. And then one Armenian
Who took
paper,
your picture?
Yes.
Who took you? Who? Reporters?
Huh?
Newspaper reporters?
I guess so.
They took your pictures. Everybody in the
Yeah,
orphanage.
Yeah, and then
They were doing a story about the
Armenian
orphans.
Right. In case you have somebody, they see your picture and they find. Meanwhile, before my father find from them, they went to an Armenian restaurant. They put the paper. My uncle was reading. He sees my picture there. He says, Aga, that means brother, I'm going to tell you something. Hold on to yourself. What is it? He said, your daughter is alive. He says, what? Your daughter is alive. Here's the picture. Then my father sees the picture and falls on the floor. After that, that lady sends it and everything comes up and they send for me. I go to her cousin's house. I stayed there for a while. It happened, I don't know what happened, they were sending...
So that happened before you started keeping in, got in touch with your father?
Yes, and I stayed there. They sent money a little bit. After that, I don't know, money didn't come, they start, you know...
Now how did
he
you
was nice.
How did you finally get to the United States?
Wait, he was nice, but she was some kind of, you know, when she didn't get the money, she was not happy that I'm there.
Who's this?
His wife.
Your stepmother?
People. Not stepmother, the one that in Kayseri yet, you know, the one that the picture is hanging down the house. The lady that has a house that the other woman was washing clothes for her. My stepmother's cousin's house, this is. She didn't like the idea because my father didn't send money, or I don't know what happened, anyway. And I went and I start doing Oriental rug, that I should make a couple cents to bring it to them. Later on, I sent a letter to orphanage. I said, you know, my father doesn't send no money and they're not treating me right here. Please take me back to orphanage. The priest was nice, he took me back there. Then they wrote a letter to America and my father sent money. I came to this country in 1923. Meanwhile, all Armenian people was asking me, who you going to my father? Some men. I don't know him, I don't know him. They were all anxious to see what I'm gonna do. All right, and I came with Madonna, French line. Came to Ellis Island.
The Madonna, that was the name of the ship?
Madonna.
That was the name of the...
Yes.
The ship that took you to America?
Yes.
Now, what year was this?
1923.
Who paid for that? Do you know?
My father.
Uh-huh.
I came to orphanage and the police sent a letter that your daughter is back. You better send for her.
Okay, now where did the Madonna land?
Ellis Island. And then nobody showed up. All Armenian people come on the deck to see what I'm going to do. I see nobody come. I went down on the third class and I cried my eyes out. All of a sudden, one of the Armenian women came and says, you know, your father is there. Come on up. They're asking for you. Now, I went up there. You know, the ship is so high and so many people on the deck. I don't know who. I went like that in Turkish. Who's my father? Just like that. I'm crying. All of a sudden, one goes like this. I'm your father. And the other one says, I'm your uncle. And this is your mother. I don't care for the uncle or what. I'm looking for my father, which I can't see because it's all the way down, all right? Then, now they examine you before you come out. I was weak anyways, my eyes wasn't so hot. And they find glaucoma, my eyes. They won't let me in. They were gonna send me back. I don't wanna go back. My uncle went to Washington. I was in Ellis Island 4 months. They clear my eyes. I come out. Oh, I'm in the hospital. They're treating my eye. My mother, stepmother, my father, my uncle come. I'm expecting a hug and a kiss and everything. Oh, in Turkish. Hello, girl. You here? My father said that. That's all. Then, after 4 months, they were going to send me back. As it is, my uncle went to Washington. Please, she can't go back. This and that. They let me there. I got better. I come home. It was hell.
Where did you live?
With my stepmother and my father.
Where?
In Kayseri.
No. When you came here.
Huh?
When you came to the United States.
Yeah.
Where did you stay? You remember your address? You remember?
My father and my mother, my stepmother.
Right, but did they live in Manhattan, Bronx, Staten Island, Brooklyn?
Oh, Manhattan.
You remember what street?
32nd Street.
32nd Street.
32nd Street.
You don't remember the address, do you?
Oh my God. I think 32, something like that.
But it was on 32nd
And there was
Street.
on the street, there was there was some kind of a animal there. They must have taken it off. And then I went to school, PS14. I'm going a couple of times, my father took me. Then I said, I know 32nd Street, I know. That bird wasn't there. I didn't know where I was going. I was lost. My father was looking for me. Well, anyways.
Why don't you describe what Manhattan was like in the 1920s?
Oh, I don't know, Polly. I don't know that much. I used to go to school and come home. Go to school and come home.
Were you happy to be here?
Well,
were you happy to be?
My father, I thought he was going to take me to Sunday church, hug me and kiss me. Never. But whenever he used to drink, which is very seldom, he used to say, she's only 3 years old, my daughter. She came 1913, no? I was 3 years old, I guess. That's what they don't know. He must. That's when he used to mention me. After that, I went to school 1924. Only I don't remember whether it was August or July. 1923 I come. I don't remember those two, either July or August. Well, after Christmas, I went to school, 1924. I graduated school 1928. January 28, with promotion, with 93 points. I have 4 medals. Not that I was very smart, but I never knew anybody. I used to study. And with 93%, they sent for my father and my mother to send her to high school. They said, girl in this country, old-fashioned people don't believe in that. No, she has enough. After I graduate, my girlfriend, she passed now. She should rest in peace. She used to work. What am I going to do? I graduated 1928, January 28. I went to work February 12, 1928, until 1972. Then I got sick. I couldn't work no more. I was operator on undergarment, Global 62. And in there, I had a friend which I met, and I was in her house playing piano. Some man was there, I don't know who he was. He liked me, and the mother of this friend knew my life. And he says, who's that girl? He says, oh, that poor thing, she has a stepmother. She comes here for a while in the afternoon and she goes home, she has a hell of a life. And he says, gee, I'd like to marry her. Oh my God, but I have nobody to, go and see. In country, they send somebody somewhere. Well, that's how I got married. He sent for me, I got married. He was a good man, but he didn't like to work so much. I work, and everything was all right.
You remember what year you got married?
1930. In 1932, I have a boy. My son was born. He is 63 years old. I am in my grandson, which I love, in his house. That's where I'm talking to you people. That's all my life, 2 of them. My husband died in 1964. And now I'm old enough, but Everything's fine. I don't feel so good. I feel good. I'm all right. That's my life. All I have is my son and my grandson and his wife and his children, my great children. Now we have a little girl, which I love. That's life. I don't know how long I'm going to live yet. The happiest day of my life.